Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Hey Houston, this is the Vivacious One, still live from the 4th Annual Radio 1 Family Fun Day in the Park. And this is the moment that we've been waiting for, at least my opportunity. It's kind of a deja vu for me because I had the opportunity to meet this young lady some years.
The Vivacious One, you're still looking good today.
Thank you.
Been out here since 9:30.
I'm holding it together.
Very well.
Thank you very much. And you look incredible, and we were just talking, I mean, your music is just, you know, a wealth of, I went through your discography just for the fun of it, like I don't know all the songs. But, you know, to start as Lady T, what was it like growing up? When did you know that you had the gift?
Actually, I started professionally singing when I was about 8 years old. But my mother tells a story of how she took me to church on one Sunday. My mother was very sharp. She always dressed really nice. Always had me really dressed nice. And this one particular Sunday, she was late for church. So she had like rollers in her hair and I had pajamas on. She was like, well, I'll just, you know, go into the back of the church. No one will know I'm there. Big 5,000 congregation Catholic church, right? And so the priest started chanting, Domino sic semper vobis cum, Amen. And I jumped up and I said, Deo, Deo. I was 2 years old. 2 years old, that's a true story.
And the thing that I really love about your music is your lyrics, because what I walk away from is that you're a poet at heart. And in Square Biz, I think it is, you have that rap and you talk about being influenced by Johann Sebastian Bach, Maya and Nikki Giovanni. And so who are your big influences?
I have so many influences, from writers to entertainers. I was an English major, and I always loved music, and I knew I was going to do music, so my father bought me a guitar, and I had taken a few piano lessons, and I just started putting my poetry together with my music. And I mean, from the early days, I guess, you know, a lot of jazz artists. My parents listened to, you know, Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of great jazz artists. And then people like Tony Bennett and Sinatra. And then I like every American girl and boy, I was influenced by the Motown sound as a little girl. You know, we all wanted to be Diana Ross and the Supremes. No matter who you were, no what color you were, you wanted to be Diana Ross and the Supremes.
I wanted to be Gladys, but it was okay.
Right.
Where did the funk come from? Where did the funk come from?
I loved all the funk groups too. I loved Shaka. I loved Shaka Khan, and I loved the Brothers Johnson, and I loved Parliament Funkadelic. I liked all that stuff, you know, in the early, you know. So, and when I met Rick, it just seemed to be a natural progression.
And that was just a relationship. People say it's a relationship, but was it just a musical bond, or was it more?
It was much more. I mean, he's like my brother. He's my best friend. He was one-time, you know, lover. That didn't last very long. But, you know, truly my brother.
That's great. And now your music continues to evolve. I mean, you know, I talked about Deja Vu because I think that was just an incredible album. And then you went on to do things like Young Love and Lover Girl and where are you now musically, and what's in store for you?
I just finished my 13th CD. It's called Congo Square, and it's dedicated to the city of New Orleans. Congo Square is a place in the French Quarter where in slavery times the slaves could come and dance on Sundays, dance and sing, and that was the only day they didn't have to work. And it pays tribute to like all the jazz artists and the different people that came through New Orleans. And it's supposed to be like my address. You know, it's like Louis Armstrong lived there, and Nancy Wilson lived there, and you know, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu lived there, and I lived there too.
Lived there too. And we were talking earlier because you were actually headed to New Orleans, right?
Yes, I was headed to New Orleans last night, and we got rerouted here, so we weren't able to do our show last night.
Well, we have a lot of New Orleanians, not only just on their way to Houston, obviously, to escape Gustav, but also in this audience today. And I know you're such a loving person that you want to send them a message of love and hope.
I've always loved New Orleans, and New Orleans has always loved me. And they've always embraced me. They treat me like a queen. And I love going there, and I just want you to know that my heart really, really goes out to you, and I'm just really, really hoping that God just sees it in His power to take this storm and just dissolve it right now in His precious Son, Jesus' name.
And the last time you were here, we were in Reliance Stadium, and you cut up. I expect nothing less tonight, and I'm sure that's what you're going to give us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Teena Marie live with us at Family Fun Day in the Park. Magic 102.1.